Good morning. As you know, I'm going to be on vacation for a couple of weeks, and so I won't be teaching my Zoom classes or my Hanover Senior Center classes. So, as promised, I recorded a session that is very familiar, or hopefully will feel very familiar to you, um, with all the movements we've been doing for the past few weeks. So that if you want to take a class that's comfortable and familiar, you can just watch this recording and practice in a comfortable way. And I will be back. I think I come back into the country on the 11th of October, so I'll start teaching again that following Friday, our Zoom classes, and then on Monday and Tuesday of the following week. So in the meantime, I hope you will consider doing a little bit of yoga, whether it's with me or with anyone else, because as you know, it is so good for you. And we will gather ourselves in. So sitting nice and tall, elongating the spine. So letting the sternum and the crown of the head float up. Roll the shoulders up and back, settle them away from your ears. Draw your navel gently in toward your spine without creating tension in the belly, so keep the belly soft and relaxed. Drawing your awareness to the sensation of breath. So find where the breath begins, perhaps as it comes in the nostrils, and follow it to its conclusion. So maybe that's in the chest, maybe it's in the belly. Just notice however it presents itself right now. And find somewhere along the path of that breath that you can find particularly interesting. And rest your awareness there. So perhaps it's in the nostrils or the throat. Perhaps it's the expansion of the ribs or the movement of the diaphragm up and down as you breathe. Or the gentle expansion and contraction of the belly. Whatever's comfortable for you to rest awareness on. And if it's best to just follow the breath and not have a stationary focus, that's fine too. So as we find a focus for the mind, we allow it to let go of thoughts, chatter, noise, and everything tends to settle. If you find the breath stops rather high in the chest, I invite it to come a little deeper with each new breath in. But always doing this invitation without creating tension. Don't force the breath down, just invite it down. And if thoughts move in, just acknowledge them. They don't like to be ignored. Don't let them take roots. Just let them travel on by. A little nod to the thought. And a wave goodbye. Coming back to the sensation of breath. This breath awareness is a form of meditation, simplest of meditation practices. But the power that it has is quite strong in settling the body, quieting the nervous system. Moving your awareness to your physical body. So just noticing any parts that need special care today. Making a promise to modify whenever you need to. Making sure this practice is for you. Certainly not for me. So modify and make changes in whatever I ask you to do if it's not right. And then opening your eyes, letting your arms come down by your sides. We'll begin 4 big rounds of sun breath. So sweep the arms out, up and overhead as you breathe in. And as you exhale, let it all out. Just let the fingertips rain down back to where they started. Maybe your chin tucks. Inhale, arms reach up and perhaps the gaze goes up if you're ready for that. And exhale, let it out. 2 more. Inhale to fill up. Exhaling to let it go. And the last one. And exhale. Keep the right arm down, turn the left palm up, and sweep it up across the ceiling, bring it over to the right, and then just begin to flow this beautiful fluid movement to your breath. Exhaling into a lean, inhaling to reach high, and then exhaling to the other side. So a nice flow here. Only go as far as is comfortable for the body. So you're not forcing, you're not trying to go further than is natural to you. And the next time you're over to the right, just hang out there. So maybe you let that right arm hang literally, or maybe you hold on to the chair. The left shoulder draws back slightly, the neck relaxes. And maybe you look down at the floor, or straight ahead, or up at the top hand. Or just kind of explore what feels best for your neck. Relax your shoulder though, see if you can find some comfort in this hold. So this effort and ease, never force. Inhale back up, come to the other side, left hand down, right arm across, right shoulder draws back. You either support yourself or let that left arm hang. Again, you can turn your head in whatever direction feels best. You can explore and then decide where to stop. And soften wherever you can. So the shoulders relax, the navel is engaged, the core is working, but not overly so. So don't go so far that you feel strained. Just a nice, easy hold. Inhale, both arms up overhead, then take that twist to the right. So the left hand will come to the right thigh, right hand can come behind you, even to your side if that full rotation doesn't feel right. Draw that right shoulder blade in towards your spine, broadening through the chest. Navel is drawn in, and it's the ribs and the shoulders that are rotating. And then let the head drift. So you're just drifting the head forward and back. Again, it's a natural flow, no force. Just stop when it feels like the body wants you to. And maybe observe as you repeat these movements, there's this tiny little micro movement more in one direction or the other as the neck muscles relax and warm up. And the next time you're looking towards your back shoulder, stay there. And then dip the chin down towards the floor. Just notice where you feel the stretch, neck, shoulder, upper back. Take a nice breath into your nose. And let it out through your mouth. Just feel everything soften. Bring the chin back to neutral, turn it towards the front shoulder. Same thing, dip the chin. Notice where you feel. Take a big breath in through your nose. Sigh out. Inhale, both arms up, torso comes forward. Take the twist to the other side. So we're going to twist to the left. Again, the rotation is to the degree that feels right in your body. Just enough, that Goldilocks, not too much, not too little, just right. Or you can hold with a little effort, but a little ease. Let the chin turn forward and back, just floating the head. The next time you turn towards the back shoulder, pause and dip your chin. Take a breath in through your nose and let it out through your mouth. Bring the chin back to neutral and then turn it to look towards the front shoulder and dip the chin. And just notice where you feel this here. Take a nice breath in, sigh it out. Soften where you can. And then both arms sweep up on your inhale, root down through your feet and your legs, reach the fingertips forward. We're taking a forward fold here. So go as far as you comfortably can, either with support with your hands on your thighs or your hands all the way down towards the floor. The head turns down and the head tractions the spine here. Navel is always drawn in, core is engaged to really protect your low back as you fold forward. Take a nice breath in through your nose and sigh it out through your mouth. Maybe a little shake or nod of the head here. And if you like, you can hold on to opposite elbows in this seated ragdoll, or maybe you let the arms stay dangling and just sway a little. Finding that stillness, just hanging down towards the floor, root down through your feet and legs, and then sweep the arms out, come all the way up, hands pressed together overhead, and then hands come through heart center and back by your sides. Nice. We'll do a couple of shoulder rolls. You can do them opposite or both at the same time. We just want to make sure we get a reversed tap at some point. So do a few in one direction and then in the other. And then bring your arms out to the side with your palms up. We're going to reach to the side walls. So really activating the triceps, the base of your arms. And then we're going to tap our shoulders 10 times. So here's 1 and 2. 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. Come to cactus arms. Bring your forearms together 10 times. Here's 1. Keep the elbows high. And 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 and 7, 8 and 9 and 10. Bring your arms out in front of you with the palms up, arms straight. And we're going to tap our shoulders this way 10 times. So here we go. 1, keep the elbows high. 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Back to cactus arms. And then take the left elbow over the right. We'll find eagle arms of choice. Hands to the shoulders, back to back forearms. arms interlace, palm to palm. So wherever you can go with this comfortably, maybe you take a little dip of the chin. Maybe you lift the elbows a little bit and feel this stretch wherever you feel it along the upper back, shoulders, or neck. You can stay here in this vertical position or fold in, elbows towards navel. If you're folded here, or even if you're upright, just take big breaths into the back body, that space in the back of your lungs, that unused space, kind of a reserve tank, if you will, where we can fill up what we seldom do. So take a nice big breath in and out. In and let it out. Bring yourself all the way back up. And then unwrap your arms. Bring the right elbow on top this time. Same thing in the other side. So here we are wherever you are. Tuck the chin, lift the elbows. And decide whether to stay upright or fold. Again, breathing into that extra space, that compartment in the back of the lungs that we so seldom breathe deep enough to fill. So breathe deeply and exhale fully. And then bring yourself all the way back up. Unwrap your arms and shake them out. Just kind of let them go. And we're going to do our core work. So lift the pelvic floor, draw the navel in, low ribs in and up, really engage those bandhas. And we're going to do elbow to knee 10 times on each side. So we'll start with the left elbow, right knee. Here's 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 and 9. Last one, 10. Excellent. Take your right leg up and in, give it a squeeze, and circle your ankle. Lots of circles in each direction, so switch when it's your time to switch, whenever it feels right. We have to learn to do what feels right. Spread your toes, curl your toes. Point and flex, eventually keeping that foot flexed and bringing the ankle to your thigh. And if your thigh is not the right place for you today, maybe you extend that leg and bring the foot along the shin. Wherever you are, close your eyes. And breathe. We're diving into sensation, noticing where you feel this. Keeping this foot flexed to protect your knee. And then bringing awareness to the hip, the low back on the right side of the body, and breathing into sensation. And you might decide that right here, right now, breathing into tightness is just enough for you. Or maybe you want to explore a little lean. And you can always explore and back out. Wherever you are, nice deep breaths. Allowing that exhale to relax whatever feels tight. And then bring yourself all the way back up. Remove the ankle, but keep the leg up. And then draw circles with that knee. You can hold on to the knee in front or in back, or you can free flow. Switch directions. And then extend that leg, flex the foot and lower the heel to the ground. Toes are still pointing up towards your nose. We're gonna glide that right hand down the leg. So maybe you stop at the shin or the ankle. Maybe you can find your big toe. Wherever you are is fine. Just don't overstretch into the back of your leg. You might have a little micro bend in that leg, which is absolutely fine. You just want to feel a stretch in the meat of the hamstring, the big muscle on the back of your thigh. Or maybe you feel it in your calf, or maybe both. Just breathe into the spaces that you feel could use a little softening, relaxing. And then draw yourself all the way back up. And bring that foot next to the left foot. Take that left foot in, circle the ankle, point flex, spread, curl. You know the routine. We do this all the time, getting into those feet. And then flexing the ankle, same thing. Ankle to thigh if it's right for you, or along the shin if you extend it. Close your eyes and be present for the posture. And let the breath help you relax. Explore a little lean if that's right for you today. And then if you are leaning forward, bring yourself back up. And remove the ankle from the thigh, but keep the leg up. Draw those circles this time on the left. And then reverse. And then extend that leg, keep the foot flexed, lower the heel to the ground. Same thing on this side. We're going to take a little trip down to our ankle maybe, or to our toes. Getting that stretch in the back of this leg. And then glide yourself all the way back up. And bring that foot next to the other one. We're going to do 5 sun salutations today. Plain 3, rotations 2, if that is good for you. If twisting isn't right for you today, just leave them out as we go through these this series of movements. So find seated mountain pose. And then inhale the arms up overhead. As you exhale, come to cactus arms. Inhale, lean slightly forward. Exhale, glide your hand over the knees, down to the ankles, let the head turn down. Inhale, find a long spine. Straighten your arms, reach your heart forward. And exhale, fold that down. Inhale, reverse. Energize the legs as you sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center and back by your sides. Again, inhale up. And exhale to cactus. Inhale, lean. And exhale, glide. Inhale to a long spine. And exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, hands to heart center and back by your side. Last plain one. Inhale up. And exhale to cactus. Inhale, lean. And exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine. And exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse. And up. Exhale to the beginning. So we'll add the twist. Inhale up. And exhale to cactus. Inhale, lean. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, left hand between your feet or on that right thigh. Sweep to the right. Inhale, back down. Switch hands and make that rotation to the left.
Inhale back down and exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep it out. And exhale, hands to heart center. And back by your sides, last one. These go so quickly for me. Inhale up and exhale to cactus. Inhale, lean and exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, left hand between your feet or on that shin on the right side. Take that rotation right. Inhale back down, switch sides, and then go to the left. And inhale back down, exhale, fold. And then inhale, sweep it out and up. Exhale the hands to the heart and pause. Seated postures, seated flows, also good for you. Don't even have to stand up to get the benefits of this blood flow, this energy flow, this stretching and opening. But we're not done. So we're going to do our standing postures after we do our 20 stand-up, sit-downs. So standing up, sitting down 20 times, only if that's right for you. If it's not right for you, do as many as you can, even one. Just do what you can. So opposite hand to opposite shoulder, and here we go. For 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 9, and 10. Bottom arm comes to the top. For 11, 12, and 13, and 14, and 15, and 16, and 17, and 18, 2 more, and 19, and the last one, 20. Have a seat. Big breath in, and a big sigh out. And then stand up. So finding your mountain pose, bringing your chair to where it'll support you when we do our joint rotations and our balance. And then find mountain pose. So just feet parallel to each other, sternum lifted, crown of the head lifted, navel gently drawn in, shoulders roll up and back. You might rock forward and back, or side to side, or around the outer edges of your feet in both directions. Eventually coming to that place of beautiful balance, shoulders over hips, hips over knees, knees over ankles. Energy moving up the front of our bodies, down the back. And then if your eyes are closed, open them and bring your weight into your right foot and step back onto the left toes, toes pointing backwards. And we'll roll over them for 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. The other way. 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bring that foot down and step back to the other side. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Big toes together, heels apart, knees together, and the hands above them. And we'll circle the knees for 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Other way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Walk your hands up your legs. Separate your feet. Soften your knees and circle your hips for 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Reverse. 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Keep the legs as they are. Shake out the arm, and we'll do our standing waterfalls. Just a rotation of the torso. Freedom for the arms. The arms are just following. They're not thinking, they're not controlling, they're just there. As relaxed as can be. Eventually coming to stillness and letting everything settle. And once they do settle, bring your feet a little wider. Turn your toes out a bit. We're going to come into goddess so you can determine the best length apart for you by when you dip down, your knees stay over your ankles. If your feet are too close, your ankles are going to go way out forward, or your knees are going to go way past your ankles. So just find that right space so that when you dip down, your knees are pretty much over your ankles. They might be a tiny bit ahead, but not way forward. So the arms are overhead, pressing the palms together. We'll sink 5 times and fold on the 5th. So here's 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back up and release your hands down to your thighs and sink your legs back down. So we're going to do cat and cow in this goddess leg position. So just touch your chin, arch your back, turn your tailbone forward. Oh, that's so delicious. And then bring it in the opposite direction. So these can be deep or shallow. These beautiful undulations that create the path or open up the pathways for that spinal fluid and help to stretch or release or relax the muscles that live all along the sides of your spine, these small little muscles that sometimes can get really stiff and tight. And then straighten your legs, turn your toes forward, and step your feet together. From here, we're going to take the weight into our right side, step across with our left foot, and then we're really on the weights on both of our feet. Arms are up overhead, and the right hand grabs the left wrist. We take a little lean over to the right. And it's okay here to have a hand on the chair and just lean with that left arm. Nice relaxed shoulders. Nice full breaths into the left side body. And then unwrap the feet and release the arms. And then we'll go to the other side. So the weight's in the left, right foot steps across. Weight now is on both feet. Arms are up overhead. Left hand grabs the right wrist. And we lean to the left. So the shoulders relax. The breath is full into the right side body. And then undo the feet and under the arms. Just kind of shake it out if that would feel good. I'm going to have a sip of water here. Feel free to do the same. So we are going to come into balance. So we're going to do the first series of balance is going to be tapping our foot 5 times, floating our foot 5 times. We've done this before, and then alternate arms. And it's okay to have a finger or a hand on the chair throughout this whole thing, if need be. So we're going to start with tapping the left foot. 1, and 2, 3, and 4, and 5. And then floating for 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. And then opposite arms. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5. Other side. So you can shake out a bit if you need to before we move to the other side. Get rid of any tension that might have built. Bring the weight now into the left side and we'll tap with the right foot. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Float for 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Hold on to me. And then opposite 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Must be the wind. And bring the feet down. It's windy outside and I can see the trees. I don't know if you can see the trees, and from where you're sitting, there's lots of movement out there that's catching my eye. So we're going to come into tree for our 30-second hold. And we're getting so good at this. So bring the weight into the right side, come onto the toes of the left foot, turn your knee out, bring your heel to your ankle, leave your toes on the ground, or bring the foot up the leg. Hands at the heart, or maybe they grow. I will watch the clock, and you find your drishti, that point of focus that helps you stay steady. And if you feel a little wobbly, that's okay. Just your body working to stabilize you. Even the trees are swaying today. And then bring that knee forward, step that foot down, shake whatever needs to be shaken. And we'll go to the other side. So the weight is in the left side. Come onto the toes of the right foot, turn that knee out. Maybe the toes stay on the ground on this side. Or maybe they come up the leg. Hands can stay at the heart, or perhaps they grow. Finding your drishti, your point of focus. Allowing your breath to flow freely. Then turning that knee forward and stepping down, shaking it out. And then turn your chair around so the seat is facing you if it's not already. And we'll do a couple of simple vinyasas. So finding mountain pose in front of your chair. Shoulders roll up and down. Sternum lifts, tailbone gets heavy. Inhale the arms up overhead, press the palms together, and you can either swan dive if you like with the arms out to the sides, or fold with your hands at your heart all the way down or as far as you can comfortably go. Inhale to a long spine, so the hands come to the shins or the thighs, shoulders draw back to the hips. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees generously, sweep the arms out, come all the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center and back by your side. So we'll do one more of those before we move to the chair. Inhale up. Exhale, either swan dive or fold, your choice. Inhale to a long spine. And exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, hands through heart center and back by your side. So we will add the chair this time. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive or fold. Inhale to a long spine. Exhale, hands to the chair. Find plank. So you're on the balls of your feet, your shoulders are over your wrists, legs are engaged. You can stay right here or thread your torso through, lift your heart, come onto your toes, up dog. And as you exhale, send your hips back to down dog, pedal it out. So lifting one heel and the other, bending one knee and the other, just kind of maybe nodding the head between the biceps. Staying nice and relaxed in the neck and elongating through the spine from the crown to the tail, eventually bringing your heels down, letting your knees stay bent as much as you need to here. On an inhale, look up towards your thumbs, step your left foot forward and spin your right heel in. So find that stability in the lower body, front knees bent. Find your way to warrior one. Take your time. Arms reach high, shoulders relax down. Legs are active. So it's as if you're scissoring the inner thighs towards each other. A nice breath in here. And as you exhale, bring your hands behind you. You can interlace your hands if that's available to you, or hold on to opposite forearms. Wherever you are, see if you can open up your heart. So lift your heart, lift your gaze up towards the ceiling. And then keeping a nice steady lower body, folding from the hip crease, reach the crown of your head towards the back of your chair. Make sure your hips stay square. So that pull that left hip back, right hip forward, so they're parallel to each other. Maybe your head touches the chair in humble warrior. But it doesn't have to get there. No worries if it doesn't. Using the strength in your legs, come all the way back up to warrior one. Arms reach nice and high. And then the left hand grabs the right wrist, and we lean over to the left. Nice stretch through your hip flexor on the right side. Nice strengthener for that hip flexor on the left. Breathe. Inhale back up, switch sides. Right hand grabs the left wrist and we lean over to the right. Inhale back up. Hands come to the heart. On an inhale, lengthen your spine. And on your exhale, take a slight rotation to the left. So again, the hips stay square to the chair. And this rotation is happening through the ribs and then into the shoulders. You can stay right here with your hands at your heart in this rotation, or you can open up into a west side stretch. So you're reaching the arms wide here. And you can stay right here or flip the right hand, reach it up as you walk the left hand down the back leg. So you're reversing this. Coming back to that wide arm, west side stretch. And then sweeping both arms forward and up. Bringing your hands to your heart. Taking a breath in. And a nice breath out. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale the hands to the chair. And step back to plank. Stay in plank or thread yourself through to up dog. Exhale, send your hips back to down dog. Inhaling, step your right foot forward, spin your left heel in. Stabilize through the low body, find your strength here, and then bring yourself into warrior one. Sweep your arms behind you, same thing here. Either hands interlace or opposite forearms or elbows. If your hands are interlaced, press your knuckles down. Open your heart in any case. Lift your gaze if that's comfortable for you. And then staying stable in the low body, reach the upper body forward. Keep the hips square so the right hip draws back, left hip stays forward. It doesn't go back. So they're parallel to each other. Maybe your head comes to the seat of the chair. Maybe it doesn't get there. No worries. Oops, I'm a little wobbly on this side. Each side is different. Use the strength in your legs to come all the way back. And then let your right hand grab your left wrist, take a little lean over to the right. Come back up, both arms reach up, left hand grabs your right wrist, and we take a little lean over to the left. Coming back up, bring your hands to your heart. Take a breath in to lengthen, and as you exhale, rotate to the right. Not a big twist. Don't force. Stay grounded through your feet and your legs. You can stay with your hands at your heart or open up again. And you can stay into this west side stretch or flip the left hand and walk the right hand down as the left arm reaches high. Coming back to that west side stretch. And then sweeping both arms up. Exhaling to the chair and stepping back to plank. Last time to stay in plank or thread through to up dog. Exhale, send your hips back to down dog. Knees can stay as bent as you like as you walk your hands off the chair towards your legs. And then up your legs as you keep a nice long spine. So we're coming back to mountain pose. So pausing in mountain pose here between our vertical, our standing postures, and our floor postures. So just observe. And then as you're ready, take your chair off your mat and find mountain pose at the top of your mat. And we will find our way to the ground. Once you're in mountain pose, just take a breath. Beautiful stability. Then as you inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. As you exhale, bow or swan dive, your choice. Inhale to a long spine. As you exhale, bring your hands to the mat. Step one foot back, lower the knee, and then the other. So you're in tabletop. Hands are flat, fingers spread, or you're in fisted hands with the compression totally out of the wrists, whatever works for you. From this tabletop, just do a couple of rounds of cat and cow. The pace of your breath and the intensity that works for your body. So it can be shallow little undulations or deep. Eventually coming to stillness into a nice neutral tabletop. We're going to take our right leg back and float it up to about hip width distance, or hip height distance. And then if you feel stable and able, take the left arm forward. If you need to keep the left hand down, no worries, just keep it down. Then we're going to bring the knee in towards the right elbow and the left elbow in towards the same spot. So we're going to go in and out and contract and lengthen and contract and lengthen. And then bring everything back to where we started. Taking the left leg back, floating about hip height. And again, if you feel stable and able, this is a new phrase I like, reach that right arm forward. And then we'll bring everything in on the exhale and extend on the inhale. And contract and extend. And the last one, contract and extend. Bring that left hand down, bring the left knee down, and bring your knees wide, or your choice, keep them together. And settle back into child's pose. We're going to wiggle the hips back towards our heels. Maybe we can get the forehead to the ground, or maybe stacking your fists would make it easier to have your forehead land on something. Take a big breath in, sigh it out. You might even sway your hips a little, like feel good. If it doesn't, just stay still. And then if your hands are stacked, just bring them in front of you. Walk your left hand to the left, your right hand to the left. Get a nice stretch through the right side body as you draw that right hip back to the heel. So don't let it lift as you bring the right arm across. Nice breath into the right side. And then walk the hands through center. Bring it over to the other side, left hand on top of right, left hip pressing back to the heel. So that nice stretch through the left side body. Then bring everything back to center. Bring yourself back to tabletop and then drop the hips. Sweep your legs forward and find staff pose or Dandasana. And we'll do 3 forward folds before we lay down. So the legs are engaged, hands are by your sides, spine is nice and long, shoulder blades moving towards each other, navel drawn in, so many little parts. Inhale the arms up overhead. As you exhale, fold. You don't have to go really far. Inhale, sweep the arms out and come up. Exhale, fold. And inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Last one, we're gonna hold in this forward fold. So go as far as you can. Maybe your hands come to your shins, even your thighs. You can keep them way back. You can bend your knees and let your torso land on your thighs. Whatever feels good to your back. Never overdoing these forward folds. So we sometimes think we need to get our chest all the way to our thighs and we have to fold up like a jackknife, but that's not really the point here. We're just trying to get a nice stretch into the low back, broadening through the low back. So that might be a high fold, if that's where your body takes you. Wherever you are, bring yourself back up to vertical and we'll lower down onto our backs. I'm going to count down from 10 if you want to join me, or you can just help yourself down. Keep your legs active if you're going to lower slowly. Keep your core engaged as well. Hands are as if you're holding a tray, and we'll lower to the count of 10 if that's your choice. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Always feels so good to get down, doesn't it? Take a nice full body stretch. Maybe letting one side get longer than the other. Just kind of a little. Eventually, both sides get long as the fingertips reach and the toes point down and the lower back arches. Big breath in. And as you exhale, knees come into the chest for a nice squeeze. Big squeeze as you rock from side to side. Or maybe just circle your knees. Get into that low back and stay firm in whatever movement gets you there. And then bring yourself to stillness with the knees close to your ribs. Bring your arms out like wings. Just kind of relax for a second here. Soften everything. Flex your feet though. Engage your core as you just lower the knees to the right. So it might mean you need to bring your feet lower on the mat to do this, or you can keep them close to your buttocks. Whatever works, you're rolling so that your left hip stacks over your right as best as possible. Left knee over right, left ankle over right. Or somewhere in that neighborhood. If your knees don't reach the floor, always use a prop if you can, a pillow or a rolled blanket or a block. Catching your legs so you're not hanging in midair and working muscles that we're trying to relax. Take a peek over to the left. And then as you're ready, bring everything back to center, either one leg at a time or both. Really set for that lean to the left. So we're gonna take a nice breath in here and then a nice drop of the knees to the left, a stacking of right hip over left, right knee over left, right ankle over left. Always supporting yourself with something if your knees don't get to the floor. So we're just doing this final little wringing out, this rinsing of tension in the spine. So if you're trying to keep your legs floating, that's not going to allow that, that release, right? And then as you're ready, bring both knees in, give yourself that final squeeze. And then lift your tailbone up high enough so that you can stack your hands under your tailbone and float your legs up to the ceiling. And you can stay here as long as you like. You can even stay here through Shavasana or wiggle yourself over to a wall and rest your legs on the wall. You can have a nice wide leg, a nice big V, or you might scissor your legs forward and back or across side to side. We're just keeping our legs elevated for a brief period of time. Get that circulation, aid the circulation from legs and feet to heart. And as you're ready to be still, just find your posture for Shavasana. So maybe you stay right here. Or maybe you come into reclined butterfly with the soles of the feet together and the knees wide. Or maybe you let your heels go down to the outer edges of the mat, arms by your sides. Wherever you are, take a moment to find that place where you can be still. Once you're there, take a nice big breath in through your nose. And release it through your mouth. Open your mouth and wiggle your jaw, wiggle your tongue. Relax all the muscles in your face. Feel all the touch points of your body on the mat. See if you can release to those supports. Soften and relax. Pull back on. Let the front body relax and settle back towards the back body. Everything soft and relaxed. I have a poem here called Quiet Revolution. And it goes, mine is a quiet revolution. No fireworks light the sky proclaiming liberation. Just the sure sense of presence filling me with stillness. I can't seem to worry anymore. Can't make myself rush to finish what I once deemed so important. Instead, I stand awestruck before the sunrise, grateful for another day to live, to love, and to be loved. So simple and so humbling.
Namada, Namida, Natapurnamudachyate, Nasya Purnamadaya, Namera Shishyate. Namida, Natapurnamudachyate, Nasya Purnamadaya, Namera Shishyate. Namada, Namida, Natapurnamudachyate, Nasya Purnamadaya, Namera Shishyate. Namida, Natapurnamudachyate, Nasya Purnamadaya, Namera Shishyate.
You might allow your awareness to move back to your breath, allowing each new breath to be fuller and more satisfying than the breath before it. Each new breath out, a little more of a letting go, release. Bringing movement into the body, wiggling fingers or toes, circling ankles or wrists, or letting the head drift gently from side to side. And if it would feel good to take a nice full stretch, go ahead and reach the arms overhead, extend the feet long, get that arch in the low back as you feel all the way up with the biggest, fullest breath of the day so far, all the way to the top. And then sigh it out as you draw your knees into your chest for that final squeeze of the practice, squeeze of gratitude. Gratitude to your body for moving and breathing as it did for you, and gratitude to yourself for carving out this time to be here for yourself. Choosing to roll to one side or stay on your back. And as you rest there for a breath or two, just doing a little scan, seeing how things might have shifted or changed, both physically or mentally, since you arrived for your practice. Maybe something let go, released, softened, open, changed. Finding one small thing that you can take off your mat from your practice into your day and your week ahead. Could be a thought, could be a movement. Leaving one small thing behind, a thought, a belief, thought that serves just kind of bothersome thought, leave it behind. And go a little lighter into your day and into your weekend, into your week. And as you feel ready to enter practice, find your way up to a comfortable seat. And once you're there, bring your hands to your heart. We bring our hands to our hearts, reminding us to fill our hearts with kindness and compassion. To our lips, reminding us to speak words of kindness and compassion. To our third eye, reminding us to expand our thoughts of kindness and compassion towards ourselves as well as others. And in honor of the light that shines in each one of us, the light that unites us all. Bow and say namaste. Thank you for being here.